Hi everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I hope you guys are doing well today. I'm doing great, and the second one I'm recording from Bangalore, and I think the next one I'll be back in Chennai if my counts are right. I'm on the podcast with me and Keshav recorded so far. So I'm glad to be on the last one and from Bangalore, and I'm glad also to be back in Chennai in the studio because I prefer talking to Keshav face to face. It's a lot more fun when being in the
Hmm.
studio than doing these remote conversations and these Zoom calls. So anyway, Keshav, what are we talking about today?
Sir, there is a famous term called born with a silver spoon, born with a gold spoon, things like that, sir.
Hmm.
People may refer
Hmm.
someone like that. He is born with a silver spoon or gold spoon. On the other side, we have to
Hmm.
see that people who are born with loans and debts, sir.
Hmm.
Someone,
People born with no spoon.
ah, yes, sir. Like that,
Hmm.
what they have to do, sir. They are coming into this world with some kind of pressure in them. Like they have loans, they
It
can't get
happens. I
what they
have a
want.
very close friend of mine who suffered that.
Hmm.
What you're saying is parents are not very smart, they're not business savvy, and they're not money savvy, and they take unbelievable loans. And the child comes out to this world where parents are constantly taking on loans, spending money right, left, and center. Then all that money and debt lands on the child's plate. Thankfully, the world has changed where loans are not directly transferred like property. There used to be a time in India, in medieval India, where if your parents have a loan, your loan is your property, like how you get gold as property, property as property, even loans you inherit. In India, thankfully, now loan is not an inheritance. But loan, the way you inherit the loan is, let's say you are born and you're born in a business family, and your father is constantly doing business, you're growing up and then when you've grown up, you join the family business, right?
Hmm.
Because it's family business and you purpose right, left, and center for your parents and their business. And suddenly you realize once you've been out of college, you become an adult, you've been signing all these papers, and the company is under deep debt, and you put your name into it, and now it's also part of you.
Correct, sir.
That's how it happens.
Hmm.
Or another way it can happen is your parents have been taking on loans and you're not signed any papers, but
Hmm.
your banks have come to your parents and your parents, like Anand Ambani, going to court. Your parents are going to court and they're going to be arrested and thrown into jail. And unless the loans are closed, so you have no choice but to prevent your parents from going to jail, taking on the loan burden.
Hmm.
These are the ways that loans will get transferred to you.
Correct,
And if
sir.
that happens, my heart goes out to you and I feel for you. But it's not the end of the world. Some of you might feel like it's not fair, but you don't have a choice. You can spend some portion of your life, waste time sitting and talking about why did this happen to me? Why am I in this situation? What could have I done? There's nothing you could have done. It's like an accident. Sometimes things happen. The
Hmm.
sooner you learn to accept that this is your fate, the sooner you can start fixing it. But I'll tell you something. In my book, you're a person with the most advantage. The
Okay.
reason why you're the person with the most advantage is in a very young age in your life, before life itself has started for you, you're starting in a position where you're going to learn all the mistakes from your parents. You're going to learn important lessons like going to school. You're in life
Hmm.
school. So you're going to
Okay.
learn about loans. You're going to learn
Hmm.
about the problems of loans. You're going to learn about money management. You're going to
Okay.
learn about how to close loans, how to
Hmm.
manage a business. You're going to learn
Hmm.
all of that while all your friends are busy partying, going to movies, and doing dhamaka and having fun. You'll be very serious in life.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
will realize what a waste of money things are, how
Hmm.
precious and how difficult it is to make money. All those valuable lessons you learn at a very young age. So you have a major advantage. It is just the way you look at it. If you turn it around and you look at your situation, it is an advantage situation. To be born with no spoon is always better to be born with golden spoon, they say. But no, I say it's the other way around. It is a curse to have a golden spoon. If you're born
Hmm.
into a family with everything is there, you want Lamborghini for your 18th birthday, you get. Life can be very cruel to you if you're born like that in my book because you never know the value of anything.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know,
True.
the biggest problem for people like Tata's and Reliance and everybody is when they have a child, how do you bring them up in a world with so much of wealth? While on the other hand, it's much easier to bring up a child when you have nothing, or reverse if you have huge loans, because the child learns values. It learns
Hmm.
the importance of hard work. It learns the importance of managing money and wealth, and those
Correct,
are
sir.
very valuable things to learn. And it's better to learn these lessons when you're young. It's much easier to climb a mountain when you're young because you have the stamina, you have the build to do it. than trying to do it when you're 80 years old. Imagine having the same loans and the same debt when you're 50, 60 years old. It's much
Mm-hmm.
harder. You don't have the mental makeup to carry that. It's very
Mm-hmm.
difficult. That's why I say if you're going to make mistakes, if you're going to make big mistakes, make them young. I'd rather be a person who has made many mistakes when I was young than to have had a perfect life all the way than make one big mistake when I'm 40. Like India's match, everybody was nervous. No, a
Mm,
lot
yeah, sir.
of 25% of the people population were not even watching the match because India's won every single match. Now everybody knows it's impossible to get every single match win in every single tournament. That's very rare. That you must
Mm-hmm.
lose some now and then. Odds probability
Mm-hmm.
says you must lose one match. We have reached knockout stage. We don't want to lose a match now. So we're looking while we're winning in the round robin. We're all like, okay, India's winning,
Mm-hmm.
yay, yay, yay. We're thrashing everybody. But now we can't afford to lose. So everyone's scared now. We
Mm-hmm.
go all the way winning all the matches. In the final, we go lose.
Correct, sir.
We get overconfident. Team is
Mm-hmm.
overconfident. We are all nervous as viewers, as watching. That's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing is true. So you rather have these major problems in life when you're young. And it's difficult, I understand. But thankfully in today's world, there's so many people who are here to help you, to teach you. You have different opportunities. When I was young, books were not there. Social media was not there.
Mm-hmm.
If you are born with a bad luck, you don't even know that other people are going through it. You don't even know that the world is like this. You think you're being cursed, because you're all alone in your box.
Yeah, sir,
But
yes.
thankfully now, because of social media, because of the way the world is, you can get to people, you can talk to people, you can easily find people who are ready to help you. And you
Yeah,
realize you're
sir.
not the only one suffering.
Sir, and the other thing is, I do a show called Samanin Page in Makkal Page YouTube channel, sir. I get to
Mm,
interview so much people. What they all
mm,
say is, because of the debt we have, we didn't make our children to study. We are getting them to work. That's so hard to hear that, sir. How can they make their children, they want to learn, but they are not giving that. They said, I have this much debt, you have to finish that, so go to work, have something, and get me something. I have to close the loan. How can that be a good thing to do?
That is tragic. And you see that
Mm.
a lot. In a family, there will be three, four children, and only one child will go to school because they can only
Yeah.
afford one child, and the rest of them have to get into the family business and whatever the business is, may being pushing carts and selling biryani on the road or, whatever it is. They don't have a
Mhm.
choice, and it's tragic. But even in a situation like that, thankfully the world has evolved that even without going to a formal school, without going to a formal college, you can still achieve things in life. Education, of course, helps. Going to college, of course, helps. Learning to read
Mm.
and write does help. But I'm also of a strong believer if you know basic English, you know
Mm.
basic Tamil, you can read and write, and you know basic maths, that's all you
Okay.
need. Beyond that, if you want to learn and you're
Mhm.
smart and you push yourself, you drive yourself, you can still find ways and means.
Okay.
Books are available everywhere. I used to have a driver, his name was Setu, who was a driver
Mm.
for my driver in Bangalore. He came from a small village, okay? But he wanted to go and achieve something in life. So every day in the morning, he'll get up and take my sister's cycle and go cycling around Bangalore to know about new roads, new routes, new one ways. Bangalore used to be with lots of one ways there. Every day in the
Mhm.
morning, he'll get up and find out new ways and routes, shortcuts. So when my father goes out, he'll be able to drive my father better. Then he took all my old math books, my sister's old math books. He sat and he learnt maths by himself. He sat and learned English by himself. And the
Mm.
guy finally went to Singapore and became a taxi driver in Singapore. And he saved a lot of money in Singapore as a taxi driver. Came back to the village and bought a lot of land. Okay, he started with nothing in life, no
Mhm.
education, nothing. But he took every single opportunity he had. He worked with what he had to move
Mhm.
forward and found out ways to get forward. Like everyone likes Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? You think you know who Arnold Schwarzenegger is, right?
Yeah, sir. Body.
Bodybuilder, correct. Movie star,
Yeah,
rich
sir.
man.
Mm.
He's got a book out, and in that book he talks about his life story, where he is born in a poor family in Austria. He was
Mm.
looking how to go to US. He was looking ways and means. He saw one UK man who became a bodybuilder, and because he became a bodybuilder, he's got opportunities to act in some Hollywood movies. He said, "Okay, that's it. All I have to do is I might not be smart as a brainy kid, but
Mm.
bodybuilding I can do because it's just building my body and my
Mm.
muscles. I have the physique for it. I'll build my body, become Mr. Universe. Once I become Mr. Universe, I can go to Hollywood."
Great.
He saw a roadmap. Then he
Mm.
started working on it. From a small childhood, he started working on it and he became.
Mm.
So, yes, you're right. You might be in that situation when in your life where your parents don't want to give you an education, where your parents can't afford it. You have to help
Mm.
them out. But you're not working 24 bar 7. In your free
Mm.
time, you can find out how to educate yourself, how to improve yourself, how to learn. There's a big difference between schooling and education. Education is something you do all your life. Even now, you
Mm.
and me are talking and educating ourselves. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand what you're saying, I process what you're saying, I'm educating myself. Like, okay, this is what Keshav
Mm.
is going through.
Mm.
Same way, you can keep educating yourself and you can find ways and means of getting out of the mess you're in. And you've seen all these movies where, the kid will be working as a cleaner in a hotel, and from a
Mm.
cleaner in a hotel, he'll slowly move up in life, and become something else big in life. All your famous actors and actresses in Hollywood were not born rich, were not born as
Mm.
actors and actresses. Yes, now second generation, their children are becoming actors and actresses. But all of them, the first generation, they were all working in hotels as waiters and
Mm.
waitresses, were doing all kinds of odd end jobs. Some of them were even plumbers and carpenters. Then they finally managed to get their break. So
Understood.
I sympathize. But if you work hard, there are ways and means of getting out of the situation, the poverty you're in.
Understood, sir.
It's hard
So
work,
the
Keshav. I'm not saying it's
mm.
easy work. Please understand
Mm.
that. But work is fun. If you're doing something you like doing, like this, I enjoy doing this work with you. I don't look at this upon as work. Sitting and
Mm.
having a conversation with you, going on Instagram, posting, and helping people out. I don't look at it upon as work. It's
So
something
the
that
thing,
makes me feel happy to do.
the thing I want to say is, yesterday I had a feeling that I saw your followers, sir. When I checked that is, it's around 2000 or something like that. Previous to previous month, I think so. Then yesterday I checked this, sir, because you are consistently putting contents. I saw that. Every day you used to give me request that accept. Then I used to see he's putting daily contents. He told me to do that. Now he is opening Instagram. He is doing it daily. Now I saw your followers. It grows up to 5,000, more than 5,000. I was so astonished to seeing this because the stammer I have, you are breaking that without talking to me, sir. Just showing things up, like putting daily contents that consistently. That every time you say interact with your audience, just go to the comment section, just interact with them. I'm so scared of this, sir, because I'm scared of it because they will ask me some random questions like, "Can I buy this or not?" But
Keshav, they also
mm,
don't know. They're also a
mm,
human being.
mm, mm,
If someone is asking a question, it's because they don't know.
correct,
People
sir.
don't want to pull you down. You have this fear because you think people are there to make fun of you and they're going to pull you down.
Mm,
Imagine how much courage they must have to come on a public place and to
mm,
ask a question publicly. You understand? Because other people are reading it too. They can mock them and make fun of them,
correct.
saying, "What? You're a fool. You don't even know this. You're asking this.
After
You're
the
not
thing that
responding to the DM."
correct, sir. Sir, after the thing that you are doing, you did on the comment section that someone said that stop plagiarism. That you replied. That is, I tried. I came to put the smiling emoji, but I thought that it will hurt him. That we are mocking, we are teaming up and mocking
No,
him.
no.
So I
That's
just
why.
enjoyed it.
No, that's why I spoke to him in the chat
Mm,
because he didn't want to DM me. He wanted to keep it out in the public. I was okay with that, and I told him I understand why he's doing it.
mm,
I get it. I went and saw his profile. He's got some profile where he's trying to offer some financial advice, and he
mm,
wants to become a finance person. He wants to offer advice, and he wants to grow his channel. And he's been Anand's follower for a long time. He's not my
mm,
follower, believe it or not. The reason why
mm,
he came to comment on this post of mine was because I shared it with Anand's channel, and
uh,
because it was there in Anand's, and he's a follower of Anand's, he's
he
commented on
came.
it.
Mm,
Yeah, and he's still not following me, which is
mm.
okay. And I get that. And I completely understand that.
No,
He
sir.
was
The
saying
thing
thank you,
is,
thank you. And
the way you addressed it, I like that so much, sir, because you are not spreading the hatred that he is spreading towards you. You are just
it's
keeping
okay.
it calm, like okay, okay,
The,
have your.
like, like Rock Dwayne Johnson and even Trevor Noah and all these other guys who I like say, there's enough people spreading hate in this world.
Mm,
Let's try and be people who spread some happiness. If you spend some time with me, I want you to feel happy when you leave me. That's all I want. I want someone who comes to my channel, watches our program, or interacts with me on Instagram and LinkedIn. I want them to feel like happy when they leave us. You know, I want them to feel good. There's enough problems in this world. There's enough hate in this world. There's enough sadness in this world. You need watch the news. There's so many terrible things. So for a few moments when they're watching us and interacting with us, I want them to feel good. Like you said,
Mhm.
imagine you're born in with no spoon. You know, your life is already very hard. You don't want
Mhm.
me sitting here going like this and telling you, and like
Mhm.
pulling you down all the time, saying you're a moron. There's enough people doing that in your life, and you know your well. So the reason why you come here is to feel a little bit nice, to feel a little encouraged, and to feel pepped up and saying, okay, even Keshav, who I like so much, is telling me I can do this. I
Mhm.
can get through this. And if every day, if Keshav is there telling me I can get through this, I know I can get through it. That's all people want. People know what to do. They just want
Mhm.
someone to clap for them.
Understood, sir. Mhm.
Understood?
Understood, sir.
If you made the same cricket players New
Mhm.
Zealand and India play with an empty stadium without live telecast, and he told all those players, nobody's watching this match. You guys play. They would have played very differently.
Yeah, sir. True. True.
Imagine Virat Kohli playing when you tell him there's nobody in the stadium and this match is not a live telecast. Nobody's watching this match. Imagine how Virat will be playing.
Mhm.
So something to
Right.
think about. Okay,
Okay, sir.
chalo. I think we have bored people enough today with our podcast. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this informative and entertaining. I hope you stuck out till the end and heard the gems which Keshav was offering. There are two gems, and I hope you can implement some of the things Keshav was saying in your life and help yourselves come out of the loans and debt, even if they're not yours and it's been given to you as inheritance, that you're able to pull yourselves out of it. Thanks for watching the podcast. Anything else you want to say, Keshav?
Nothing, sir. Just subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram. That's it.
Sure. Okay. As always. Thanks, guys.